Imagine a prophet who had already tasted the bitterness of death, witnessed the terrors of hell with his own eyes, and then, upon seeing the beauty of paradise, found his heart so deeply intertwined with it that he refused to leave. This is the story of Prophet Idris, peace be upon him, a man of immense wisdom, profound patience, and the famous sandal trick in heaven. 1. Lineage and a diligent childhood. Prophet Idris, originally named Kanuth or Enoch, was the 6th descendant of Prophet Adam, peace be upon him. His lineage is as follows: Adam, Seth, Enos, Canaan, Mahalalel, Jared, and finally, Idris. Born in Babylon, ancient Iraq, he lived during an era where Adam's descendants began to split into two, the righteous followers of Seth and the defiant followers of Cain. Some narrations suggest he spent over 300 years overlapping with his great ancestor, Prophet Adam. From a young age, Idris was remarkably studious, learning directly from Prophet Seth. He never wasted a moment. If he wasn't worshiping, he was mastering new sciences or working. He grew into a figure of Siddiq, or truthfulness, and Sabir, patience, as praised by Allah in the Qur'an, in Surah Maryam and Al-Anbiya.
واذكر في الكتاب إدريس إنه كان صديقا نبيا وإسماعيل وإدريس وذا الكفل كل من الصابرين.
The Sandal in Paradise. This is a popular narrative often found in historical tradition, isra'iliyyat.
After a soul-shaking experience, where his soul was taken in the fourth heaven by the angel of death, and then returned to life by Allah's leave, Prophet Idris became very close with the angels. Having felt the agony of Sakaratul Maut, a pain he described as being as painful as being skinned alive, he spent his days in prayer and trembling. He then made two final requests to Azrael, to see hell and to see paradise, so he could better warn his people about the afterlife. With Allah's permission, Azrael granted these requests. First, they visited hell. As the gates cracked open, Idris saw oceans of boiling fire and heard screams so deafening that he collapsed in terror. Azrael quickly shielded him with his wings and led him away. Then came the second request, paradise. As the gates of heaven opened, a fragrant breeze greeted them. Idris saw rivers clearer than glass, majestic palaces, and trees heavy with ripened fruit. He walked through the gardens in awe, his heart finally finding peace. Before leaving, Prophet Idris intentionally took off his sandals and tucked them under a lush shaded tree, as if he were simply resting. As they prepared to exit, Azrael gently reminded him that the visit was over. Idris replied calmly, "My brother, I have left my sandals under that tree. May I go back in for just a moment to retrieve them?"
Unsuspecting, Azrael agreed. Idris stepped back across the threshold and did not come out. When Azrael eventually went in to find him, Idris was sitting peacefully under the trees. When told it was time to leave, Idris replied with profound wisdom, "I shall not leave this place, O Azrael, for Allah has promised that whoever enters paradise shall never be cast out. I have tasted death, I have seen the fire, and now that I am here, I choose to stay." Allah then revealed to Azrael that what Idris had done was by his divine decree and pleasure. He was permitted to remain in that high station due to his extraordinary piety. As the Qur'an states,
ورفعناه مكانا عليا.
3. A revolutionary of civilization, the great inventor. In classical texts, Idris is celebrated as the first prophet to bring monumental changes to human lifestyle, writing and the pen. He was the first to use the kalam, pen, to record divine revelations so that knowledge would not be lost to time. Tailoring. Before him, humans wore raw animal skins. Idris invented the needle and thread, becoming the first tailor. With every stitch, he would glorify Allah, subhanallah. Urban planning. He was the first architect to organize settlements into clean, orderly, and fair cities. Astronomy and mathematics. He was the first to calculate the movements of the stars, the seasons, and the passage of time. Cavalry and weaponry. He was the first to domesticate horses for riding and to forge swords for justice. 4. The Great Migration, Hijra. In Babylon, the descendants of Cain began worshipping fire and oppressing the righteous. Prophet Idris led a mass migration from Babylon to the banks of the Nile in Egypt. When his followers worried about leaving their fertile lands, he reassured them, "The God who provided in Babylon will provide in this new land. Remain mindful of him, and sustenance will follow." 5. The Lion on the Battlefield. Prophet Idris was not only a man of peace, but also the first prophet to lead jihad, holy struggle, against oppression. He was a brave commander who organized his cavalry and developed military strategies to face the tyrant followers of Cain. He balanced the sternness of a warrior with the gentleness of a teacher. 6. An eternal legacy. Prophet Idris's legacy teaches us that knowledge, action, and devotion can transform civilization. He remains a testament that a servant of God can simultaneously be a scientist, an inventor, a leader, and a devoted worshiper. His wise words echo through time. Worldly prosperity is achieved through work, but the prosperity of the hereafter is achieved only through faith.